about that. It's all about bullying. Bullying. And the only reason I'm in the hospital is because I have sickle cell anemia. Can't no little kids put me in no hospital. Check that for your info. If you really know me, you know I have sickle cell anemia. And I've been sick for about 5 weeks now. I've been saying this every day on my story, if you watch my stories. Like, no, I'm not in no hospital because of no little kids, bruh. If y'all seen the video, I was literally trying to protect my kids. I wasn't worried about nothing else but my son and my daughter. What are my kids? It's about 20 kids. Them that 5th grade all the way up until 8th grade. What is an 8th grader doing trying to swing on my son?
That woman was Carshawnda Hatter. She's the mother of the children in Chicago where we all saw that viral video of those middle school children jumping on the mom and her son and her daughter, right? Listen, it was horrible. It was bad. Now, mind you, because a lot of people was talking about the woman saying that she sounded like she's slow or she sounded like that she's on some type of substances or not. No, she's not. She's suffering from sickle cell. She's suffering real bad from sickle cell. And just a couple months ago, she almost lost her life behind it. So she's very sickly. That's why she sounds like that. And that's why, she was weak. She was trying to protect her children because you have children jumping on an adult. But just last week, she posted this. I disconnected from all those heart monitors they had on me. Snatched out every IV I had and got the F out of Dodge. Hospital going and all. I ain't gonna lie. I went into the hospital on Friday. The ambulance came and got me and took me to Trinity. Y'all tell me why them blanks at Trinity put me to sleep. I woke up in Christ Hospital. I still don't remember the reason why they moved me to another hospital. Soon as I woke up, it was all types of doctors around me. I asked them how the blank did I get to Christ Hospital. Next thing I seen my body laying in the bed and seeing everybody trying to revive me. Man, y'all, I'm still asleep on that hospital bed, and I was trying to ask the doctors what was wrong. I guess they couldn't hear me because my soul was out of my body. So I'm questioning myself: are they trying to revive me or kill me? So I stood next to my body crying like, OMG, I'm dead. None of the nurses could see or hear me. So I'm in my soul asking God, could you please help me? I'm not understanding. So I heard a loud, manly voice saying, you got this. You got this. It's not your time to go. You have children to raise. So I'm thinking and I'm tweaking or how something. But the whole time my soul was back in my body, and I woke up crying because God literally told me it's not your time to come home. I woke up with tears in my eyes. All I heard was, doctors, we got her back. And from this day on, I will praise and worship God, and always know that the last say so. Thank you, Lord, for letting me see another day. So this was her in the hospital where she basically flatlined. That sickle cell was no joke. Then she said, the doctor said, I died twice. I'm in shock, right? Somebody said, why did you got to the hospital in the first place? What the heck? My lung on the right side will hurt so bad. So that was her, that was her explaining her story and talking about what happened. But here you can see she was at school and she's trying to walk her kids because the kids were getting bullied. And she was trying to, basically get her children out of harm's way. And you could see the kids following her around to a point where it got real ugly, where one of the kids, started to swing on her. She started trying to cover up the kids. She was trying to cover the kids up, but it was to no avail. Then at some point, this happened. So a lot of people are saying, like, you know, where are the parents? Where are the parents? And, you know, this is something that we always say, right? But now all of a sudden you want the police to come in. You want all this stuff to come in. We scream racism and W supremacy, but we ain't got control and hold of our own kids in our own community, man. It's a sad thing, man, that we're in a time now where you got little babies, little children. These are children, right? That's jumping on adult mothers and their children with no care in the world. Now, mind you, let's not get it twisted. Chicago's a gang-infested city. Gang-infested. BDs, GDs, vice lords, four-corner hustlers, all kinds of stones, they're everywhere. Latin Kings and all those different gangs running around Chicago. What do you think the young children are emulating? Huh? What do you think the young children are copying? Right? So now all of a sudden everybody want to come out and everybody want to protest. But when there's 50 shootings in the weekend or there's gang shootings, I'm not saying that people don't be out protesting, but we need to see the same outcry every single day. Other than that, it's going to keep trickling down to our babies, man. It's going to keep trickling down. So now they have press conference outside the schools. Everybody's outraged. Everybody wants revenge, right? And now they're talking like this.
This happened, Sade. We're learning this is not the first time that this specific group of kids attacked someone.
Exactly, Marie. The large group of parents were outside of the school calling for accountability. They say bullying has been a problem at the school, but now it's crossed the line into violence. The mother, who is also the victim, has been at the school all day talking to authorities. Spread quickly on social media, causing outrage among many parents.
I couldn't sleep. I was traumatized. I could not sleep. I couldn't believe it.
Shanice Davis lives in the neighborhood and says she recognizes the attackers.
This is not the first time the kids have done this. You know, just talk around the streets that these kids have pretty much been raising themselves and they have not been held accountable. They have vandalized cars. They have harassed adults and children.
One day after the attack, demonstrators showed up at Orville Bright Elementary School after some posted on social media threatening to harm the children behind the attack. Several police officers showed up blocking the entrance of the school to protect kids inside. Chicago Police District Council member Joseph Williams was also talking with them.
We're going to make sure that this school leadership steps up and that they put a safety plan in place, that they put any plan they need to put in place to make sure that these babies feel secure. Bullying should have a zero tolerance behind it.
We reached out to Chicago Public Schools about this incident and allegations from parents that their children were bullied by the same group of kids. CPS says they're horrified by the attack and they're working closely with the mayor's office, CPD, CHA, and other city departments to provide additional support for the family.
That's when two of them started to punch them. Hatter was eventually thrown to the ground and jumped, as was her son.
They were literally just to jump all of us.
So now we waiting.
Just to jump all of us. So I asked my kids to come to the next side of the street with me, so they wouldn't get jumped. So we kept walking. They followed us all the way there, and then they still fought us. They fought my son. They hit my son first, all in his face. Then they dragged me in the grass and pulled my little baby hair.
Hatter and her 9-year-old son were taken to Trinity Hospital in serious condition after the attack. According to her, this isn't the first time her child has been bullied, and she's hoping this will be the last.
I'm trying to get justice for my son.
Absolutely. And you deserve it.
I'm thinking about the victims. I'm thinking about these little children who I just saw. They're terrified. They're traumatized. And we're not accepting it.
Those who stood outside the school say students have been terrorizing the community.
It's been an ongoing thing in this community, and the parents don't take accountability for nothing their kids do. If my kids was out here being messy, I'm gonna come out here and I'm gonna let it be known.
Let me say this, coming from Philadelphia, man, because we have similar issues here in Philadelphia. Philadelphia is a very dangerous city at times. It's a very lovely city too at the same time, right? The school ain't the problem. The school ain't the issue. The community is the issue. We're the issue as a people. the culture that's permeating through the communities of the south side of Chicago, west side of Chicago, and other black cities across America is the problem. These kids are like sponges. They absorb what they see. Don't blame the school. That's a cop-out. That's a cop-out. That community that the children come from, the households that the children come from is the problem. And until we get up off our high horses as black people and learn to take accountability for ourselves as a group of things that go on in our community, nothing's going to change. The criminals are going to get younger and younger and younger. These were babies. I just saw a video that I'm not going to do where the mom had her 12-year-old daughter on there talking because she was one of the kids that jumped on her. I don't think that she should have done that. You can clearly see there's no father involved. There's no way in hell my daughter would be online doing that at 12 years old, putting her in danger like that. I know that there's no father there. But it's just a sad thing because the community refuses to take responsibility for anything. Does that mean that everybody in the community is running wild and acting crazy? Absolutely not. But there's a portion of people within our communities that are the loudest. And whenever something bad happens, this is what they promote. So you can see that the mom is clearly sickly. Sickle cell anemia is no joke. I know I got 2 friends that passed away from sickle cell. It's not to be played with. So when you see her talking like that, she's very sickly. Very sickly. And, you know, it's just a bad thing. But the father, he's speaking out. He spoke out about this situation. And he said this.
I see a lot of people keep on asking where the daddy at. Where the daddy at? Where the daddy at?
I was at work. She was picking the kids up from school. I did not know, no, man.
He can't sleep. He can't sleep.
Can't sleep.
How's your mental, brother?
Just calm down. Just calm down.
So what's the plan for tomorrow?
Head to the school. Get the parents involved.
You come in peace? You come in peace?
I'm gonna come in peace. It's gonna be hard. I swear, if I see one of the kids, man, it's gonna make me want to do something. But I'm gonna be okay, man. I ain't gonna do nothing.
I got your word on that. I got your word.
Get my word, man.
What they call it over there? What they call it over there?
I don't mess with nobody over there.
Okay, I'm talking like as far as the area. What neighborhood is that?
Around 65th.
No, I'm talking about what they call it out there. Like what neighborhood?
Trumbull Park.
The Trumbull Park. Yeah, okay, yeah, I did about Trumbull. So we're gonna try to get y'all out of Trumbull Park. When I say I'm glad this brother definitely calm now, and it took a lot to calm him down, but I understand his pain, but he had time to think about it. And we can't think about the time being. I know a lot of people talking about if it was my kids, my kids, my kid. I understand that. But at the time being, yeah. But now is the time that you can think, because at the end of the day, you don't want to be in jail. I understand you'll do this for your kid, but at the end of the day, this will overcome.
It'd be the little dirty kids, too.
Huh?
It'd be the little dirty kids bullying him.
He said it'd be the little dirty kids that be bullying on him.
Mad because he got new shoes, and hair be twisted up.
Do you want me to say something about what we talked about the mama? Or leave it alone?
Yeah, leave that alone, man. We're gonna see. We're gonna go down tomorrow, though. If nothing don't happen, I'm taking over.
For everybody to come out, listen, they want us to act the ass. That's what they want us to do. I talked to the father already. I said, they watching you. You got to be here. They watching you. They want you to. They want us to act the ass, y'all. They want us to destroy shit. I understand y'all keep on talking about them kids. Listen, that's why our kids don't feel love now. because we say that. Let's do what we're supposed to do to bring attention to this school and show that the school allowed this bullying to take place. Because how many other kids getting bullied? Because I guarantee you, they not just bullying on your kids.
One of his friends in his classroom got turned against him because the bullied him.
They bullied him and made him turn against your son.
Yeah, that was his buddy.
Y'all hear that?
All across social media, you know, people want revenge. They want to fight. One thing about the community, we don't have no problem with hurting each other, harming each other. But I want y'all to understand something. The response from a lot of our people is the reason why the kids respond the way that they do, because they hear you every day. They watch you every day. They think that it's okay. Everybody wants to be violent. Nobody has no forgiveness. Everything is violence. Everything. And then you act like you shocked when you see our children out here acting a double dog fool. I work with children, my organization, Urban Nerds. I work with children whose brother's been murdered in front of them, right? Never a crack addicted mother, never had a father, or they got to go visit their fathers in jail. I work with children who are mentally unstable, that been through all kinds of traumas by the age of 12, right? And they can't take it out on their parents at home, so they take it out on kids outside. They take out all that anger. I do this every day. I go into these youth prisons. I'm talking to these young people, right? That's committing all kinds of egregious crimes, right? And when you do a thorough background check, you see where it comes from, right? So a lot of y'all out there that's watching, these kids is a direct reflection of you and how you deal with things. They ain't just coming to this, but this is learned behavior within a community, man. So now you got politicians, you got everybody out that's outraged, right? But we talking about a city that's gang infested everywhere. What is the culture on the west side of Chicago, the south side of Chicago? Outside, what is the culture? What's going on inside them households? Same here in Philadelphia, right? I'm not raising my son that way, but when my son go outside, he's around a whole lot of kids who not being raised right. And that's something that me and my wife got to deal with. He's growing up in a house with his mom and dad in a house with structure. 90% of his friends don't have none of that, unfortunately. And that's the dilemma within our communities, man. So it's easy to be upset. It's easy to want revenge. But what are we going to do in the prevention business to make sure that this don't happen? Huh? What are we doing? I work with these babies, man. It's a sad thing. But now you got politicians, they're coming out, you know, they're going to say all the right things when something like this happens. You know, they're going to come out and talk like this.
I just met with the parents and those children. And I think before we do a lot of talking, we need to listen. We need to listen to those children. What I just heard are two little, beautiful black children that are traumatized. They've been bullied. They've been tortured. And I just spoke, without giving up full details, what I just told the principal and CPS, that we're not about to let a bunch of rules get in the way of protecting our children.
That's right.
No mother should ever have to go through what that woman went through. Helpless, couldn't protect our children. As somebody who writes laws in this state, we have written every law on the book to make sure children don't get. But we damn so not about to let our children.
Now, Chicago rapper Lil Zay Osama, he also came online and he wanted to do something special for the family and everything. You know, and I don't have a problem with that. Let's look at what he said, and I'll give my spill when we come back.
It's just something that shouldn't be going on. Kids should be able to go to school and be comfortable walking home from school and at school learning, you know what I'm saying? Like, kids at that age should not be doing things like that, especially to an adult and to their peers that go to school with them. That's crazy. That shouldn't be happening in our community. We got to do better.
I'll just say this, man. You know, fixing the so-called community is a community effort, man. A lot of those kids, they're downloaded with the drill music that a lot of those rappers spit all across Chicago and all across the country. And when things like this happen, we act like we shocked. We act like we don't understand. It's funny that we spend so much time talking about the W man and W supremacy. I'm going to say something that y'all ain't going to like. We talk about the W man and W supremacy and all these different things, but when something bad happens, a lot of times it's the W cop that comes save you, right? Yeah, I believe that a lot of them are racist, and I've been teaching all that all day. But if we're going to talk this W man and W supremacy, but we ain't willing to love each other and clean up our own community, but then when we got to call the cops and it's them to come to so-called restore order within the community, we got to run at them to get them to push laws, right? It just doesn't make sense, man. So even when you hear the lawmaker out there talking, he sound like he had a goddamn Baptist church. People, yeah, all that stuff just to make black people feel better, man, and feel good. What's the? I don't want to hear all that. I want tangible results. I want to make sure that we're getting proper resources in our communities, that these children are not being downloaded with a bunch of debauchery every day, where when it's time for them to manifest behavior, they manifest in behavior like this. It's easy to criticize the babies, but we got to look at the culture. What's the culture that's producing that? So now we got to go into the culture. I want to hear me as a man who run a nonprofit that's in the streets working with inner city children. I want to see that same lawmaker talking about eradicating the culture within the community that's producing the children to behave like that. If you ain't talking that way, man, you ain't saying nothing to me. I don't want to hear that, because it's going to happen tomorrow. It's going to happen this weekend. It's going to happen next weekend. What is the culture that's producing? Us at the Fathership Foundation, Urban Nerves Foundation, we deal with, in the prevention business, we deal with the culture that's producing these type of children to act this way. We get it at the root. And if you ain't getting it at the root, you just talking about, well, we got to punish him. I mean, what really you going to do to an 11-year-old? What y'all going to unalive them? What you going to do, beat up the parents? What that's going to solve? We got to get to the root of the problem so it doesn't keep manifesting itself. This is ugly, but it happened, and it happens a lot. And it ain't just that. What about when a 15-year-old pows another 15-year-old in the face? It happens a lot all across black cities. Every weekend, every weekday. Huh? They don't care that there's cameras out there in Chicago right now. Since that situation happened, somewhere on the south side or the west side, teenagers are still popping pow on each other, right? Are y'all outraged still too? So I don't know. Y'all gotta let me know what y'all think, man. If you made it this far in the video, hit that like button, subscribe to Street Media TV. Leave your comments in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think. And remember, I love y'all. Till the next time. Peace.